Welcome one, welcome all to the Multicultural Misfits podcast. This is your host, Audio AB. We got our co-host,
Jordan.
other co-host,
Omar.
What's up, everybody? How's it going, man?
What's happening?
Not
Man.
much, man.
I tried the craziest thing today, guys. So there's this thing I was looking up on the internet. I think it's called, my girlfriend sent to me. It's called a co-regulation or something like that, or not deregulation. Co-regulation. Deregulation is like what you want for marijuana, right? It's called co-regulation, right? It's something that people try, couples specifically, and it's an exercise where you stare into your partner's eyes for 5 minutes, completely uninterrupted.
Ew.
And it sounds
5 minutes?
It sounds like some woo-woo shit, but like it's actually very interesting. I feel like it gives you a good understanding of the person and like what they're thinking. Just 5 minutes. You don't talk. You just stare at them for 5 minutes. Their eyes. Into their eyes, and they stare into your eyes for 5 minutes.
See, bro, I'm so crazy. Like, I could be doing that, and she could look at me and think like I'm thinking the most serious shit in the world, but I'm like, damn, you know what'd be good right now? A fucking donut.
But see, the funny thing is, all right,
donut would be great.
the first few minutes is just like random bullshit, right? But like it's 5 minutes long. So like by the end of it, you're like, it's a long time that you've been staring in this person's eyes. I feel like you really gain a deep understanding of what the other person is doing. And I think we should try it as bros.
On the pod?
On the pod right now.
I'm gonna stare
It's
at
just 5 minutes a day.
Yeah, we can't go
5
5
minutes.
minutes. And we tell them what happened.
I would just start laughing.
That sounds
halfway through,
interesting,
bro.
We
though.
were
Yeah.
we were laughing a lot. You're gonna be laughing, but it is interesting. I feel like it gives you a deeper understanding of like your partner or just the person. You know, I would love to do with you guys.
Why not? Okay, 5
Let's
minutes.
think about
Yeah.
it. Why would you start laughing? Like this? Because I know for me, it's like one of those moments where, like, I like to step outside of myself and like view shit from like my angle.
Yeah.
So then I'm just like, bro, we're just staring at each other in a fucking room for 5 minutes.
This
Nobody's
was a
talking.
show.
That's exactly why.
Yeah.
It's funny just to like if you really think about what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's silly. You're not talking or anything like that, but. I feel like I gained such a deep understanding from it of my partner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just something you're not used to doing. That's not something you commonly do. Just fucking stare at each other.
Absolutely. It's very intense too, like surprisingly intense for something so simple, right? You'd think that just like staring into someone's eyes wouldn't be that intense, but
Yeah.
like think about how often you really stare into someone's eyes for a prolonged period of time.
Yeah.
You know, like
5 minutes? Yeah, that's a long
Yeah,
time
like,
That's a
straight.
long time.
exactly. When you're having a conversation with someone, you're staring in their eyes, or you should be staring in their eyes for the most part, right? But
Yeah.
sometimes you look away or you look at your phone or something. But imagine 5 minutes uninterrupted, not even speaking, just looking into their eyes and just like studying their eyes and the way they move and seeing your reflection in their eyes, like. You get a pretty good like sensation from it. Like she started crying afterwards. Like
Oh my gosh.
it's legit, man.
Damn. That shit's deep.
Yeah,
That
try
shit's
it.
deep.
Try it with the girls you guys pick up on Tinder, bro.
That's the first thing we
God.
do. I can't continue this date until we look at each
No,
other's
that
eyes
would
for
be
5
interesting
minutes.
though. Don't even, think about it. If you pick
Cool
up this-
icebreaker.
yeah, dude, it'd be very cool because you pick up this girl. You're like, listen, I want to try something with you, and like, think about how many other guys out there are trying this shit. Like none. Like all these
True.
other guys are
Yeah.
coming out here with lame ass pickup lines, or they're trying to fucking finger them during a movie or some shit like that. No, you're just being like, all right, we're just gonna stare at each other uninterrupted for 5 minutes, and then afterwards, there's gonna be so many like. There's going to be so much to talk about because there's going to be so many
sure.
questions. She's going to be like, what are you thinking about? Oh, my God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that builds like a connection for sure.
Especially if it's
Yeah.
a new person, too. I think it'd be very interesting because there's so much going on. And, like, you're like looking into their eyes, saying, like, do they trust me? Do they know that I'm not going to Ted Bundy them? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Well, what did you learn from it? Would you say?
I don't know, man. I feel like I'd gained, like, such a deep understanding of my connection with her and, like, how much, like, I actually care for her. Like, it helped reiterate how much I care for her and how much I want to like protect her and make her happy and shit like that.
I was about to say, high key,
know what I
if
mean?
you do that with somebody like you just met for the first time, that's a really good way to just like becoming more comfortable with them.
Absolutely.
Because you kind of break, like that's, eye contact is probably like the biggest first barrier when you
Hell
meet
yeah.
somebody new.
Some
So if
people
do
are-
that for 5 minutes, you just like, shit, that was easy.
Yeah, we could do anything now.
Exactly.
We could talk about anything now.
can talk about
Look in your
anything.
eyes
Yeah,
for
we
5
can have anal
minutes
sex
straight.
now.
We can do anal sex now.
Do you love your dad?
Do you love your dad? Do you love your dad?
Do you see him in
Is your
me?
father around?
Do you see her? Yeah, no. Well,
That's some
well,
romantic shit.
yeah, man. With the Tinder girls, try it, guys. I mean, or not doesn't have to be Tinder girls, but just like girls
Just
that
new
you're talking
girls,
to.
yeah.
Yeah, or new girls. Like I feel like it's such an intense exercise.
I've actually never even met up with a girl I met on Tinder. Not
Really?
once. Not once have I met up with one.
It's pretty sketch. Not sketch, but it's when you think about it for a second, you're like, damn, that's kind of scary. Like
Yeah.
you meet somebody that you never really.
It's a complete stranger.
Oh, yeah.
Complete stranger.
And I think it's what a lot of people our age are going through, especially like in the year 2020 with the whole coronavirus thing that
yeah.
happened, whatever. Like, it's such a you have to go out of your comfort zone to do it.
Yeah.
I think girls are taking a huge risk by doing it too because they don't know who the fuck this guy is.
Exactly.
If he's crazy or whatever.
On top of that, they could be sick, but then it's like, nah, he could also like fucking kill me.
Yeah. Speaking of, that actually is a good segue into so when Omar had first gone Tinder, he was like, he had never been on it before, so he was asking us, he was like, are these like, well, like, how do you guys open to girls? You know what I mean? Like he was asking us like, what are generally our openers? And tell them about your opener that you use. That somewhat I would say backfired, but
it backfired. Yeah, it worked a few times.
Explain to the good people.
Because there was a few times where I would match with like an attractive girl, but I just wouldn't get them on the hook. Because with Tinder, it's the problem with Tinder that I don't like about it is like if you don't get that first impression like spot on, they're not going to answer. Because Tinder is different for girls.
You're battling with like 1,000 guys.
Yeah.
Like,
but guys
insane.
are liking every girl. So all the girls have a shit ton of matches and guys are like fighting for those matches. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
So like their inboxes are probably ridiculously full. And guys always message first and shit.
Yeah.
So I like to make some I guess not controversial jokes, but like some iffy jokes, something that'll get them thinking like, oh, this guy's a little edgy, I guess. I don't know. And I thought a funny thing to do, because I've always done this for some weird reason, like even before Tinder, I would like message like when I'd first get a girl's number and like I'm messaging them first, I'm texting them first, I would tell them like check in your closet or like something like that, like checking your. I'd say their name with a question mark and they'd be like yeah, and I'd be like check your closet right now, I'm in there, and then I'd be like no, I'm just kidding, it's Omar. And so I would do that all the time, but I would always say I'm just kidding right after. I wouldn't let them respond to that because I don't want to leave it at that. Make it even worse.
Yeah. And what % of them did that work on? Just in general, before Tinder and during Tinder?
All but her.
Yeah, I'm about to say
it was all but this girl, but it only takes one, and she was real attractive, which is what hurts.
Describe her to us.
She was a black young woman,
you did
large
it to a
breasts.
black woman.
Yeah, I did it.
You probably scared the shit out of her.
Yeah, I
scared
should have done
the
it.
Dog shit out of her.
I shouldn't have done it to a black chick, bro. They don't fall for that. They don't.
That's anybody.
Not fall for that, but like
do
I don't think that's the right type of joke for
Tinder.
Like
it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
like if you just met a girl, well, however you're getting girls' numbers before that probably works because they're like, oh, this is Omar. I have a face to do it. Like,
yeah.
But if you do it on Tinder, it's like shit. He could be actually crazy.
It's because I don't get their number right away. I'll chat with them on Tinder first because I don't want. Because once you get the number, I feel like I'm more obligated to reply even if I don't or so. I don't know. It just feels. I wait on that. I usually wait on that. Well, and she was like a real attractive girl, voluptuous and whatnot. And so I was like, hell yeah, let's go. And she was down with it. We were having a good time talking, and then I made that joke when I texted her the first time. And she was like, "What?" She was like, "Why would you say that?" And then I was like, "No, I'm just kidding." I was like, "What do you mean? Like, I don't even know you. How would I be in your closet?" I was like, "I'm just joking around. Like, it was just a bad joke." And then she was like, "You can't say that to people." Blah blah. Blah. She was like, "That's not funny. That's scary." And blah blah blah. And I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry." And then I think I got like upset a little bit, and I was like, "All right, relax," because she kept going on with it. I was like, "All right, relax. It wasn't that serious. Like, obviously, I don't know where you are. Like, I'm not in your closet."
Yeah.
And then she was like, "No." She was like, "I'm not doing this. This is creepy." And then she blocked me. And we had already followed each other on Instagram and everything.
Oh no!
And she blocked my ass, son. She blocked my ass on Tinder.
So close, man.
She unmatched me and then blocked me and then blocked my number. And I was like, "You fucking bitch."
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, I get
it was a bad joke.
Point of view, bro.
Yeah, it was a bad joke. It was a bad joke.
That was a very wild.
But
joke.
I mean, the girls that go for that and think that's funny, those are the ones I want.
Yeah, those are the keepers.
Yeah, those are the keepers. They can make some funny, kind of like overstepping the line jokes.
That's
Yeah,
that's true.
So they have a good sense of humor.
Yeah,
that's really what it is. Good sense of humor.
That's a good way to like weed them out.
Yeah,
like to
send them a real raunchy joke. Yeah, see what they say.
Off top.
It's
off top.
putting out the feelers, man. Omar's just putting out one of his feelers.
That is
yeah, I'm just feeling it out, just probing, just a little bit of probing,
just a little bit of probing.
But looking back on the situation, for sure, I saw where she was coming from. I was like,
yeah, that's very wild.
After she blocked me, I was like, I thought I'd be able to fix it.
The funny thing is, I think girls like perception of like social media or like Tinder it's the same everywhere. Like all their DMs are the same, all their interactions are the same. Like they have all the control on social media and shit like that.
Yeah, I would agree.
When you go on Tinder, bro, I had one of my friends show me hers. She had like 900 likes.
Oh my god.
On her account, on her page.
I got like
and she was just going through like ew. I was like, bro, that's power.
That's power, right?
That's true power.
That's true power. I cannot go on my Tinder shit and do that for like an hour. She's like, yeah, I spent like I spent like 30 minutes swiping through guys like on the daily. I was like,
Damn, son. I'm swiping on like half of them. Swiping around like half of them.
bro,
It's crazy that these swipes could determine someone's future. If you think about it,
yeah.
like
you could marry one of those swipes.
yeah, exactly. You could marry one of those swipes could be the mother of your children.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Just to fucking say, I met your mom on this shit. I could have swiped left.
I told her I was in.
Right, if you get in an argument, I could have swiped left on you, bitch. You fucking bitch.
I told your mother I was in her closet, and she just loved it.
She was all game.
She was all
She
game.
was all game for it, Sonny boy.
Dude,
Yeah, that shit's different for women, bro. I got like 30 likes, and I'm happy with that.
for real. That was like a good day for me. I was
Fucking
like,
20
yeah.
something, yeah.
It's all a numbers game, man. That's at least the way I think about it. I think like as a guy, you have to use all of your swipes every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
the
maybe
thing
maybe
is,
you
It's
should be
hard though.
picky,
50
but I don't
people is a
know.
lot.
And the thing about Tinder is the more people you like the way their algorithm is set up, they think you're ugly. So if you
Yeah.
like a lot of girls, they be like, oh, this motherfucker ugly. So put him at the bottom of everybody's shit, and then now you just get less.
Really?
I feel like
Yeah.
it'd be.
Wait.
I feel like the more you use it, the more they'll put you at the top because you're
Yeah.
actually using their app. You know,
Nah,
because
bro.
they want to keep you around.
They want the people that are, because that's the way they figure out if you're attractive or not. And attractive people run every app, but they figure out if you're attractive by how you swipe.
You know what? I'm gonna be really picky with the swipes now.
Wait,
gotta be real
so
picky.
if you're picky, you get pushed to the top more?
wow.
And
I would
bro.
think that's the
And
opposite.
And this,
man.
I figured this out the other day, because if you say you get pushed to the bottom of the algorithm, right, because you like a lot of people, then that's why they say, oh, you could buy these boosts and you could be hella popular, and people could see your account like for the next 30 minutes, and then people buy that shit, and they just make hella money off of it.
Man, what
God,
a
man.
just preying on people's insecurities and shit.
It's genius,
You know?
though.
It is genius.
It's smart as
Yeah,
fuck.
I mean,
It is
they're
genius.
doing a service in a way too, right? They're matching people up who otherwise would not have been matched up.
True.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a very interesting app. Yeah, it's a very interesting
Yeah,
concept.
it's like bridging the social gap that we kind of have nowadays. You know what I mean?
making it a lot easier. Just going
Yeah.
straight off of looks and you work off of that.
And then also girls use Tinder to like get followers. So it's like,
They
That's
do.
true.
It's-
That too. What
Or like
is-
OnlyFans and stuff like that.
That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna ask you guys. I mean, what's your opinion about that? Like, what is your opinion about girls going on Tinder looking for a long-term relationship, or girls who are just looking to like hook up? Like, I personally think that Tinder was designed for people to hook up, and it should stay that. And if people want to get like a relationship, they should probably download one of the other apps, maybe like Bumble or Meet Cute or whatever. Something.
Bumble's
big.
the
I
worst.
feel like
Coffee-
Bumble's worse than that.
Coffee
I hate
Bagel
Bumble.
or whatever the fuck. that
Coffee
one is.
Bagel.
Yeah, there's something like that.
Because
Bumble's so trash because girls will make an account and then not even look at it, and you have to match with them. They have to like you and then
Yeah.
see you a message. So
Yeah,
it's
they
like,
send you the first message.
yeah, sometimes I'll match and they'll never message me.
exactly.
I'm like,
so it's like,
what
what's the
fuck?
fucking point of this?
Yeah,
Like, why-
because Tinder probably is just like taking up more of their time.
yeah,
Because
Yeah.
if you're using Bumble, you're probably using Tinder, and vice versa.
yeah, that's true.
So, and for some whatever reason, I guess Tinder's like interface just might be a little better.
I think it is.
Because you
Yeah.
scroll down for Bumble, I don't like the way it looks. I haven't used it in like several months, but I'm assuming it looks the same.
It looks about the same.
Isn't
Yeah, I think
that
so.
funny how like the game of dating has changed like that to where it's a lot of it has moved to that.
Yeah,
Where-
virtual.
Yeah, virtual where you find people like that. Like I wonder if they have the numbers on that because I mean Tinder's been around for probably less than 10 years. I wonder how many people are legit married and like have kids via
Off
Tinder.
of Tinder?
I bet
Yeah.
I bet a good amount.
I worked with a few people back at this healthy food store I used to work at. It's like a little grocery type store. I knew people who had met their significant other off Tinder and they were like super happy. Like there was no like sketch about it. Like they got like comfortable with each other. They met each other's families and like
Holy shit.
they're damn near married now. They haven't gotten married, but like they're damn near married. Like I was the people that I know. So
I mean, to touch on what you said, like I feel like it's not just for hooking up. Like I feel like it should be for anything. It should be
Yeah.
it should be what you're looking for.
But you should be
Specify?
Yeah,
Specify,
yeah,
that
that's
bio.
probably the way
That's
I should have
why-
said it.
that's
That's
why-
probably the way I should have
You
said
That's
it.
got to
what
use
they're
the
missing.
bio.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you don't use the bio, then I mean you're just a girl and
And then most of the girls
For the-
that say they don't want to hook up, they really want to.
they want to hook up. You're not on here for no reason. Don't lie to
Exactly.
me.
No hookups.
No
That's usually
hookups, please.
in the
Yeah, I'm not
top line of the
DTF.
bio.
No hookups.
Not
my ass.
DTF.
All right.
All caps. They usually put
All
it all caps.
caps.
All capital letters.
They just
wasn't
banged some
saying
dude
that.
off Tinder
Not
and had a
DTF.
bad situation. Now they're putting that there.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
yes,
know.
that kind of reminds me of like the situation with Aziz Ansari. I mean, Omar, we were talking about this off camera. Did you want to kind of go into it?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. So Aziz Ansari, he got because we were talking about Master of None
Yeah,
on one of the other podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
He met the girl off a dating app, right? Or
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was Tinder actually.
Yeah.
So Aziz Ansari is the Indian gentleman from Parks and Rec. You know Aziz Ansari. Google him if you don't.
You know him.
And so,
Very
know
funny
him.
guy.
very funny guy.
So, seems like a really nice guy.
Really
I
nice
like him
guy,
a lot,
yeah.
man.
And a small dude. I mean, he just looks like a nice guy, an easy guy.
Not intimidating by any means.
Not
No.
intimidating at all. So the guy meets up with a girl off Tinder. He's rich and shit. I'm sure they know who he is. She goes back to his house, right? They're banging. And I guess Aziz Ansari is into some weird stuff because apparently the girl didn't feel comfortable with whatever he was asking her to do at some point. But she continued doing it, right? She didn't say a word when it was happening. And then after the whole thing and she went home, like on her way home, she was texting him and telling him like, oh, I didn't feel comfortable with what you did, blah, blah, blah. Like something along the lines of like, that was creepy. I didn't like that. I don't think like it got specifically into what he asked her to do or whatever. And then he was telling her like, oh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And like, I didn't know that. Like you didn't say anything and this and that. Like I thought you were comfortable and blah, blah, blah. And so the girl tried canceling him. And she actually did kind of cancel him. I think they canceled Master of None.
They didn't cancel Master of None.
They didn't
Yeah,
cancel Master of None?
yeah,
Okay, well, that must have tarnished him a little bit, his reputation a
It
little
did,
bit. It
for a
must
while.
have.
It hurt.
Yeah.
And it was a situation where it was like, I think it was mostly because he didn't want to continue seeing the girl. And then she started saying that stuff. I don't know if she said it before or after, but like maybe she felt like he wasn't reciprocating the same feelings.
Yeah.
And he kind of, I can't remember what it was. Like he kicked her out after they banged, but like in a nice way, or like was like, like you got to get out. I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly.
Like I
how
don't
it
want to
worked.
share the bed with you.
Yeah, but it was really just like,
I feel like it was just a bad date, and we all have
Yeah.
those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if he really did do something that the girl didn't want and she expressed that, then
It's
all right,
different.
that's fucked up.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have done that. But I mean, the way it was been told and the way it was told by her and the text messages I think that came out was that she didn't say anything and she just went through with everything.
yeah.
And then afterwards told him I wasn't cool with that.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if she did it because she was afraid of him or something like that. But to
Yeah,
me,
that's what I
that's
was about to
highly
say. Because
unlikely.
like the same way we were talking about Bill Cosby, how people could have been scared to say Bill Cosby did that. She could also be scared to say, "Oh, I don't like," like I don't know, like a power thing. Like,
Yeah.
this is a big ass celebrity. You probably want to be really cool, like friends with him, or go out with him.
Yeah.
So you don't want to like waste that opportunity. So she probably was just like in the moment she was too scared to say something.
That's
Yeah.
fair enough too.
I
guess
agree.
it's good to see
But
both sides of the
you
coin.
don't come back after and say that shit after y'all broke up.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm sure his family saw that. Everybody saw that. You know what
Everybody
I
saw
mean?
it.
How
Family and friends
uncomfortable.
probably texting him like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, what did you do? Like, that's
Yeah.
so embarrassing." You know what I mean?
And it's like at the point now where it's bad enough if it's in a sentence. Like you don't even have to have the context of what happened. They just said, "Oh, Aziz did some freaky shit."
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
we
it's
don't even
like-
know what the hell he asked you to do.
Yeah, nobody knows.
What if you said, spit in my mouth? Something that's not even that bad. It's not that bad. Like,
That's low level.
you don't know what they
Spit in my
meant,
mouth- spit in my mouth is very low level.
That's low level. That's
innocent.
easy shit.
Fucking
That's
pinch-
some
pinch my
elementary school.
nipples.
nipples.
That's some elementary school
Y'all
shit.
done that before?
Spit in mouth?
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
I'm about to
I
say-
haven't done that. You've done that?
Yeah,
I haven't done that.
a few times.
Spit in you got the girl spit in your mouth? Or y'all spit in
That
their
happened
mouth?
once.
She
I
spit in
didn't
your
mind
mouth?
it.
I don't like spitting in the girl's mouth.
Really?
But I
Spit
don't
in your
mind.
mouth?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just like a... Like,
No, like a nice, like a nice.
she misses, hits you right
No,
in
of
the right in the
course,
eye.
not a fucking loogie. Just like a little like. Meh, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
I
a
mean,
little-
things get tonguey anyways.
Yeah, it's already spit anyway.
Yeah, when you're tongue,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
more
there's spit.
it's more the act of doing it that's the weird shit. Like
don't
somebody
even-
like
Exactly.
hovering over your mouth and saying, "Open your mouth."
Yeah, see, that's
and let me
like a dentist. I don't like. I just want to bang. Like I'll do stuff to you, but I don't want you doing anything to me, which is the weird thing.
You don't
Like,
want her sticking a
just wanna
finger up your
know.
butt or anything like
no,
that.
but I don't want
That's
her
a
like
little
trying to
extra.
choke me. I don't want like scratching. I don't
Yeah,
want none
I-
of that. Stop doing that. I don't want
wanna be
that.
The scratching,
Well,
I hate
Well,
the scratching.
unless like it's
wouldn't mind
involuntary, but
Mild scratching, I wouldn't mind. Choking, no thanks.
Choking,
I don't-
I'm game.
I don't want to be. I don't
She's
want you. You'd be
uncomfortable,
choked.
Yeah, I'm game. I'm good.
your
with
game
that.
with choked.
You'd let her not like hard, of course, but like just like
Yeah, I've done that
for
before.
her little girl fingers on your neck,
little girl finger.
on your thick manly neck. You need a man's hand on that neck, bro.
No one's gonna satisfy you like a man, Gio.
Yeah, that's why,
Goddamn.
that's why you should stare into each other's eyes for 5 minutes.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I'm not into it personally.
Hey, but
I've
to
never
each their
spit in
own.
anyone's mouth. Though. No one's ever asked me.
Hey, we're putting it
Yeah.
out there now.
Gio, you want-
For our
care,
female listeners,
care
come-
for a quick spit?
I'd say if we ever go out on tour, just spit in my mouth. It's okay.
Has there ever been like a weird question either you or the girl has asked you in like in the stack?
Usually not during sex. If I want to do something specifically, I'll say it beforehand or like in conversation.
You don't just bring it up randomly. Like,
Yeah, like I've texted girls to lick my gooch,
look at my gooch.
but because it's like it's weird to do it in the act like of sex. You like, oh
Yeah.
go lower.
Yeah, push your head down.
And then they go, lift my leg up.
That
thing is wild.
Yeah, lift both your legs up. Just
both your legs like a baby trying to get wiped.
Yeah. Son, the gooch feels great.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Top
the gooch
tier.
feels great. Top tier.
Top tier.
Top tier shit right there.
And when you start shaving the gooch,
There's no hair, so she's just more inclined to like not
to go down the whole strip.
Yeah, to go
They
down
go
the whole
landing
Whole
strip all the way down to the little gold mine.
all the way to the cave, to the abyss.
Tongue little booty.
Yeah, that shit feels. That shit feels good though. Gooch feels good.
Man.
Hey man, I'm just saying anything that anybody does with a girl is not gay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
I mean,
call it gay for sure.
yeah.
It's just I wouldn't call it anything really. Yeah. It's just it may be taboo. You know,
Taboo.
It's just a little strange, is all it is. But like, there's nothing really wrong with it.
I get what you're saying.
But you gotta look at it like this: one person's strange is another person's normal.
Yeah,
So
for
what
sure.
really defines something as strange?
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it strange. It's more just like uncommon. Yeah,
Experimenting or something.
experimental.
Like,
Like it's uncommon. You know, it's not weird or like odd or anything. It's just people don't do it as often as other people. But it'll come around, I think. Gucci, and all that freaky stuff.
It'll all become norm one day.
Yeah, people probably do it all the time and just don't want to say it.
So how do you guys think like shit like porn will affect the sexuality of like young people right now? Like we've obviously already been affected with it because we've grown up with it somewhat, right? For the most part. Think about like the kids who are being exposed to it now, like at this young age, like with phones. You have fucking 5-year-olds with phones, 6-year-olds with phones. Imagine like on a phone seeing an anal porn for the first time. Not even regular.
God,
that would
damn.
fuck you up. But think about it.
Shit.
It probably happens, right?
Yeah, hell
because of the ease of access to phones and you're connected right to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? What do you guys think about that? Do you think that'll fuck up people's sexuality in the future, or
I think it'll make them a little too freaky. Like
That's what I was about to say.
So I want to experiment a little too early.
Yeah.
Bro, I wish I remember who it was so I could tell y'all off camera. But there was a girl who told me they went through their little sister's phone or something like that. She was looking up gay porn.
Wow.
Like I think she was like 8 or something like that. 8 or like very young.
There are a lot of girls I've seen this on Twitter too, like where they say they would just look up guys kissing. Like and that was their first like sexual experience.
Girls don't want to look at guys and women. They want to look at either women and women or
guy and guy.
Yeah, like two gay girls or two gay guys.
really? So when you've had conversations with women about pornography, usually they want to watch like gay.
For the most part,
porn
I hear
or
lesbian.
Lesbian. I hear
Yeah.
lesbian like pretty much every time.
They say the guy ruins it.
Yeah, and he
Yeah,
does. She's
he
right.
does.
I
don't
does
even look
ruin
at
it
that
every
guy.
single time.
Yeah.
And they always make the same face.
Yeah,
look
I don't want to
terrible.
look at you.
They always look like a fucking gorilla.
But I do like a dick to be around for some reason. I don't want to see just
I
two
feel
girls.
because it's like
Yeah.
that way you can simulate and be like, yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, that's
even though
me.
it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
really
yeah.
yours.
Yeah, that's me.
That's me right there.
He's
Right?
just like me. It could be me.
He's just like me. That could be me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel you though. I feel you. That's the reason why I like the dick to be in there. But that's the only reason because you can put yourself in that position.
Do you guys think it'll send like kids further down the rabbit hole? Like, think about it. If you've already seen fucking anal hentai, fucking midget porn by the time you're 13, do you think regular sex with a girl by the time you're 15 is gonna feel good? Like, I mean, it would definitely feel good, right? Like just sensationally.
But like, if that's as far as they'll go.
yeah, psychologically aroused because like the psychological aspect is a huge part of it, right?
Yeah.
More so for women, but for guys, it's a pretty big aspect too. Like,
Yeah.
psychologically, you have to be into the woman and into the sex to be able to sustain everything, right? So if this person is thinking about midget porn and fucking, I don't know, transsexuals,
Just
all that
weird
shit,
shit.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll skew like their reality of
I'm
Exactly.
gonna say at least for personally for me, because I was like when I was younger, I saw like the anal shit, and then I scrolled across some hentai shit, and I was like, nah, this ain't it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think everybody has their own boundary that they like set, and that they're like, nah. Like I've seen shit, and I'm like, nah, X that window
Makes my
out.
stomach hurt. Let me tell you guys the first time I've ever watched pornography. Dude, I must have been... I'm sure I was double digits, but it was very young double digits. I must have been like 10 or 11, right? No. I'm going to say I was between 9... Let's say between 9 to 12,
Okay.
okay? And I used to have a cousin that lived down the street from me. Like, in the same... what's it called? In the same subdivision. Yeah, same neighborhood,
okay,
same
okay.
subdivision. I blanked right there for a second.
Now you're good.
I was thinking about the pornography.
I
about gay porn a little bit.
I was like,
So yeah, my cousin, he lives right down the street. Like I can walk to his house. It's a few houses away from mine. So I would spend the night there. Sometimes we'd hang out. We'd watch WWE, WWF. We'd play video games, shit like
that's
that.
the gateway.
Yeah, shit that young men do.
Yeah.
And eventually, like all his parents are asleep, and we're downstairs in the living room. we're watching TV. We would usually we used to do this thing where we would prank call the people on QVC channel. That's like the shopping channel.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we would prank call them and talk a bunch of shit. And then like they'd call us back and they'd be like, "Do your parents know that you're calling us?" And we'd be like, "Oh shit!" And then we'd hang up right away. But yeah, I think it was like after prank calling QVC, we were chilling on the couch like watching like something on the TV, and we weren't really watching. We were just talking. And then he's like, "Dude, let me show you this video." And he pulled up like a video of Paris Hilton. Like
the sex tape.
Yeah, she was sucking this dude's dick.
It's the first one you saw, the Paris Hilton.
Yeah, and I remember like being aroused like mentally, but like sensationally, it kind of made my stomach hurt because it felt like weird. It felt weird to see that. It didn't feel right in a way. It felt like a private moment that maybe shouldn't have been private, and that's what I got at a young age. Like, it felt like it should have been a private moment, even though it wasn't. You know
Maybe
what
that's
I mean?
because, in your mind at least, you kind of understood that it was a celebrity that was doing that. And like I don't know.
You probably
you
didn't know who Paris Hilton was
No,
well.
I mean, after that, I knew who she was.
I was looking her up every day
after I saw her suck that dick.
Yeah, but it's just something that I think like a guy's not prepared for the first time they see, like the first vagina.
I would hardly say a guy. I was a fucking baby.
A guy, a man.
Yeah,
no, but like a boy's not used to that kind of thing. Like I remember the first time I saw porn, like just a picture of a naked girl. Like the first real naked girl I saw was on some Mexican newspaper that like my parents had like in their restroom or something like that.
That's wild.
Right? They had an ad with 3 naked chicks, but it was super tiny and it was newspaper quality, so it wasn't very good. Okay. But I could see tits. I was like, oh, those are boobs. But those are boobs. Whoa, what are those? But I remember the first time like I saw a vagine, it was on LimeWire. Me and my cousin Omar, we were looking up wrestlers, lady wrestlers, because they used to pose nude and shit. We were looking up Stacy Keibler.
Oh,
Stacy Keibler.
Damn.
Yeah, and so there was one picture.
Blonde woman.
Tall blonde woman. There was a picture of her, like kind of standing straight with her legs close to each other, and she was bending forward, and it was a complete shot of the behind part. So like only ass, like asshole, like pussy, the whole thing. And we were like, I was looking at that.
There was no hair.
There was no hair, no.
Oh, beautiful.
And I was looking at it, and I was like, I mean, what am I looking at here? Like, what is this thing?
What is this?
Vagina?
What am I looking at here? What
And
is this wondering?
What is this? What's a gorgeous thing? And I remember Sammy came in, their little brother. He was like, he was very young at the time, maybe like 5. And he was like, what is that? Like, he didn't know what the hell he was looking at. We had to get him out of there real quick.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I ever saw like pictures of porn. Real porn was probably like Skinamax. I would just stay up late and figure it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the first time I saw at least. Well, this is where how I learned about porn, because I used to stay up late and then watch like Comedy Central and shit.
Yeah.
And
Girls Gone Wild.
Girls Gone Wild commercials come on, and they would have like the little stars over it. Yeah. So one day I just got bored on my computer. I was like, let me see what they talking about on the website. So they would have like previews. It was like a minute preview.
Let's go.
And so the first 30 seconds, they're talking to them. They're like getting to know them.
Yeah.
And then at like the 40th second, bam, titties is out.
Wow.
And then at 50, they fucking, and then
they fuck.
they
Girls
fuck
Gone Wild.
Yeah.
I thought they just showed titties and
No,
stuff.
there's some that they fuck on. Some of them fuck.
Whoa, we had to go back and
They
watch
pay
these.
them or like,
Some of them fuck.
bro, for whatever, it's funny that you brought that up. For whatever reason, I was doing the do like a few. It was I don't remember when this was. Maybe like 2 weeks ago. And for whatever reason, I was like, bro, I'm gonna search up Girls Gone Wild. Like I'm gonna watch the actual videos, like with the whole naked thing and everything. They've got to be on Pornhub at this point. You know what I mean? It's been a long fucking time since they've been out, and they were. Sure enough, they were. And it was all right, but
Yeah, at the time it was a lot
amazing.
bigger. It was a bigger deal at the time.
Yeah.
Like when they first came out, because it was like, oh, we just met her at.
yeah, you could
the
tell
beach.
they were real girls.
Yeah, they
like
were
they
real-
just found like real, genuine girls.
They probably had school the next day.
Yeah, probably had
They
school the
probably
next
had,
day.
they probably had class the next day. Go to
Yeah.
their lecture.
Yeah, they were a
Their mom and
little
dads are-
hungover.
A little
calling
hungover, wearing dark sunglasses.
They just wake
Oh
up
my
and see the
God.
shirt on their chair. The
Like,
Girl
oh
Goes
my
Wild shirt.
I can't believe I did that.
$200 in their pocket, but like, but that's it. Fucking 8 missed calls from their dad.
But yeah, that was my first experience, and I think for me it was like it didn't really like I didn't have that experience you had of like feeling sick. I was just like, oh, this is cool, and I was just staring at the screen. I would just watch it. I was like, all right.
And
I felt
found
that
it,
a little bit, AB.
You found it alone?
Well, I don't want to. Well, that's fine. It's whatever. I shared a room with my brother.
Okay,
But he was asleep, so I
Okay.
was just watching it. And
you like,
and you know, it's
you
not
looked
like
it
a-
up yourself. Like no
I looked
one-
it up myself.
See, that's a different story. Like I didn't even have a desire to look it up.
But I didn't know the Girls Gone Wild commercial was coming on at the time it came on. It just came on. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, why are these stars here? Like,
But then you had
what
a
are we
desire to
blocking?
look it up.
but then I had a desire to look it up
Yeah.
afterwards. So that's the
Under 'em.
difference.
What was this cousin older or younger, AB?
He was older, like 2 or 3 years, I think.
Okay.
And he
Man.
was just like, check this shit out, bro.
Check this shit out, dude.
And to him, that was probably because it was like a big deal at the time.
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, she's sucking his dick.
Yeah, and it was a celebrity. Yeah, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
I remember watching the Kim Kardashian one for the first time.
Kim's
All
is
that.
still great to this day.
It is.
Kim's is pretty funny.
She's fine.
Cause I just see Ray J, and he cracks me up, bro. He's hilarious.
He became a
He pulls the camera up, he starts
businessman.
like beatboxing to the camera.
You're lying.
He does, bro.
Oh
It's
my God.
hilarious.
I heard she was on Molly for that.
I heard she was.
Oh, I heard
fucked
that
up.
too.
I heard she was like rolling the entire time or something like that.
She looked like she was rolling. Like she looked like she was out of there.
Bang
If you look her in her
while rolling.
eyes.
I've always wanted to bang while rolling.
That must be crazy.
Yeah. Seems weird though, because the blood distribution is weird.
That's when you have.
You feel like you're in freezing temperatures even when you're not, like on Molly.
That's
so
when you
your
have a
meat's like compact.
I feel like you could probably just fuck forever and it'd probably feel amazing.
Yeah. I wonder if you
If
bust
you were to-
quickly or bust slowly.
Man, I feel like you might not even bust.
God.
That's got to be a terrible feeling.
Nah, I disagree. That's probably that sounds amazing.
It probably feels great, and then afterwards you're probably like, whoa, man, I can't believe I just fucking... Can't believe I did that right now, even though I'm on this...
We were fucking for like
drug or
2
whatever.
hours and I didn't nut once.
I didn't nut. That shit's the weirdest, bro. Yeah, I remember banging someone one time. We were both really drunk for like 2 hours. Like,
Yeah, and
for
you
a
just didn't-
very long time. Like
Yeah.
exchanging head like the last 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Just couldn't get there.
Yeah.
Just couldn't get. It was impossible.
Yeah, 2 hours is... 2 hours is a long time, man.
Yeah.
2 hours is a long time to have sex. Like, that's...
Your meat hurts after that, damn near. Like,
Yeah.
it just starts to feel uncomfortable. Like you don't even want to do it anymore.
I mean, if there's 24 hours a day and you're using 2 of those hours just for straight up sex, like, goddamn, man.
That's a lot of work, bro. That's a
Goddamn.
lot of sweat.
It's a lot of work. I bet you all the girls listening to this are just like, you lazy pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Man, y'all don't want that.
I tried.
Right? I know.
Girls don't want that.
I wonder what... We need to have our female listeners write in. I wonder what the average...
Write in.
right? Write in, email us, send your numbers to Gio and Omar.
I'm not complaining.
I wonder what the average length of time they desire for sex is.
They're gonna say like 30 minutes,
Yeah.
45,
30 minutes.
However long it takes them to
45.
get off, too, maybe.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah, that's
girls get
true.
off a lot faster than other girls do.
But they don't be doing the work.
No, they don't.
Do you
It's
think they
standard.
just want to get off, or do you think they want to actually get off and have the sex?
I've heard from certain girls that like I've had certain girls where like I've nutted first, and then I'm like, you want to like keep doing this? Like, you want me to keep going or whatever? And they're like, no, it's all right, it's fine. Like,
Yeah, that's wild.
Some of them I don't think, because I feel like it just feels so much better to them that they're all right with whatever just happened, unless they're in the mood to go all the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Cause it's like I know some girls that'll like, they'll get off and they're like, all right, I'm done. Like,
I'm done. We're done here.
Like we're done here. Like you can go home now. But then I know some girls it's like they'll get off and they don't even need that much time to get off, but they'll get off and like keep going until the other person is like finished or whatever.
My favorite is the girls that like I don't have to do anything and they just ride and like they just do it themselves.
I had
And they
one
just-
girl. She was
God
like, "Yeah,
bless
it doesn't even
America.
take that long." She was like, 3 minutes, and we're good. I was like,
You
yes.
angel.
I was like,
3 minutes and we're good.
I was
know
like, "Thank
yourself.
you, God.
Thank
I
you.
love you.
Thank you, God. I love you. I love you.
Nobody wants to fuck for 15 minutes, bro. Can I go eat?
Yeah, can I
I
go?
go
I'm
eat?
hungry
Do other
now.
shit.
I want a bird.
Yeah, yeah. It all depends on how like in tune they are with their body and shit. Because some girls, they've just been going through like the jackrabbit their whole life,
And some-
like
yeah.
none of it just doesn't feel good, you know. Just the fucking the drill bit,
Bro, it goes back again to how pornography affects
Yo.
our sexuality, right?
Yes,
Like,
it does. Yeah,
I
it
was
really
gonna-
colors our sexual experiences. You know?
Yeah, I was gonna say that because
That
most
way.
people like when they have sex now, they just like I won't say they like it, but they do like the rough shit because
Yeah.
that's all they knew. That's all they saw when they were watching porn. So it's like, shit, I'm gonna just go through the rough shit. I'm gonna grab that bitch hair. I'm
Yeah.
gonna smack her ass. But
Everyone likes that now.
You don't even like you don't even really want to do that. You just doing it because you just saw it
Yeah.
and you think that they want that.
Yeah, I don't know. If I was a girl, I wouldn't want my hair pulled.
Hell no.
What are you doing? That's
As a
uncomfortable.
guy, I don't like that.
That sounds painful.
That does sound
That
painful.
sounds very painful. I would not want my hair pulled.
Yeah,
You know how much work I put in on my hair for you to pull it.
and that
To
yeah.
pull it out.
I guess it's long, right? Longer hair doesn't hurt as much when you pull it.
Shit.
Short hair though, she pulls on like the side of my hair, like my sideburns. Ah! Stop it, bitch.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah, but it definitely skews, I'd say. Like,
Yeah, it has
the
to.
younger you're looking at that shit, the more you think like, I could do this, I could be this person, and then you're doing that at like 14 and like 13. They're just doing it younger and younger.
Man, so that reminds me of something. Like, speaking of doing it younger, I watched this documentary called, I think it was Montage of Hell. It was about the life of Kurt Cobain. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it.
No.
I think was it Montage from Hell? It was Montage something, but it had to do about Kurt Cobain's life. And what they did was they had tapes of him that he had recorded over the years of his life, and they did like animations of the tapes, like of what he was describing on the tapes, and they used those animations and to tell like a story of his life, basically.
Oh wow!
And he told this one story, dude. It's one of the most disturbing stories I think I've ever heard about how like in his town. I think he grew up in like Seattle, right? So like Pacific Northwest. He went to school with like a lot of people who like picked on him and shit, and there was this girl. And it was like a smaller like town, right? There was this girl, and she was like a bit slow. I think she had, I'm pretty sure it was like Down syndrome or something like that, or autism. It's a broad range. I'm not sure exactly what it was, okay? But I know it was like some kind of, I wouldn't say defect.
Mental disability.
Like a disability.
Disability, yeah. Some kind of disability, right? Like she wasn't completely all there. And she, like, guys used to give her money and she would show them her tits, right? Or something like that.
Wow.
So apparently, like, him and these guys went to her house after school, and like she was like just showing them her tits or whatever, and then apparently those guys left, and then Kurt Cobain fucked her, and that's how he lost his virginity.
Oh shit.
And he talks about like how like that like kind of like fucked him up, and he was like, oh, like she smelled, and like that kind of like fucked up his sexuality. He said he was just so angry because he couldn't get laid by like other girls that he had to like resort to that. And he said he feel like that fucked him up for the rest of his like his life and his like pursuit of relationships with women and shit like that. Like they even interview his partners in the movie, and like a lot of the women except for Courtney Love describe him as like distant. Like he wasn't really into like, you know, like fucking like that, just because he was so like messed up in the head.
Yeah.
And that makes me think about like someone like that, like the whole, do you guys think he really like committed suicide, or do you think like,
I think so.
you think so? I think he did too. Like, do you think there's any foul play, any Omar?
I don't know the facts, but people always say that like Courtney Love got their own like private investigator and this and that, and like it was a little sketchy for that reason, and like that he was so out of the, like he had so much heroin in his body that he wasn't supposed to even be able to do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so that's what a lot of people were saying, that like he wasn't even physically able to do that. But I don't know. Truly, I don't know.
He took a shotgun and fucking shot himself in the head.
That can't be easy to do when you're off heroin.
With a shotgun. Like, how do you fucking... What? Like, how are your arms long enough to, like, reach and...
Yeah. How do you have the strength to do that and, like, cock the shotgun and do all that shit?
Makes you think. So if you guys were to commit suicide, how would you do it?
Well, hold on. What do you think? What do you think happened? I feel like you've done a lot more research.
What do
like,
I think happened to Kurt Cobain?
Yeah.
I think he killed himself.
You think he did it?
Yeah, he was
It's not that hard to kill yourself.
He's very disturbed.
He was a very disturbed guy. Like, he talks about in the documentary how he lived... He said he always had like this really bad stomach ache, and he said that he lived his whole life with the stomach ache. Like he said at one point he got the stomach ache and it never went away. So imagine having like this horrible stomach ache your whole life. There must have been something wrong with him, like nutritionally or something like that.
Depressed or something, yeah.
Yeah. And then he also discussed, I'm trying to remember here, it's been a while since I've seen it. So he talked about stomach ache. He talked about his like hatred of the media and how they really like went after him whenever he like got fucked, like whenever he got hooked on drugs, like they really like went after him to like make sure to like call him an addict and shit like that. And I think, you know, we obviously all of us say like you can't let what people say get to you, right? But like he really let it get to him in that aspect because they were just completely trashing him, and he just like,
and it's also a callback to, I mean, that type of abuse is like a callback to shit he was going through in his childhood.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it just builds up.
Exactly. And I don't think he ever developed like that thick enough skin to be able to be like, fuck you guys, like I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm rich, I'm a millionaire, I'm a rock star. Like he was always just so like.
And what makes it even worse is he got popular off of his, I won't say frail, but like his upbringing, like his mentality and shit like that. Like all the shit he was going through made the music that not like depressed and like that type of vibe.
Yeah. You would think like a guy like him could handle something like that, no problem. Man. Like not give a fuck about anything, and like anarchist kind of like thought-provoking thing. But like I guess not. I guess he was
sensitive
more
guy.
Sensitive guy. Yeah.
I could tell he was sensitive by like watching music videos and like how he was dressed. He had his fucking hair covering his face.
Yeah,
he did.
So it was like he didn't even want to be seen by y'all. Like,
very sensitive guy. He hated doing interviews.
Exactly.
Very sensitive guy. But yeah, if I were to commit suicide, oh man, I would use a gun.
I'd use a gun too. Yeah, I'd use a gun.
I feel like every other method is just shit. Like you guys ever hear about how Hitler was supposed to commit suicide?
It was like poison or something.
Yeah. So like it was him and this one chick. I think it was like Ava Braun, right?
Yeah.
This chick that was like helping him do shit and like sucking his dick or whatever. So he was like, let's commit suicide.
They're
That was a
they're
horrible
closing
German
in on us.
Yeah, that was a horrible German accent. But
That's
basically, she was like, "All right, let's do it." And then like she took the poison pill. He didn't take it. She fucking like died, and then he shot himself in the head. Apparently, supposedly.
That's what
They say
he's out there. Something. No, he's.
They
dead by
say
now,
that
but-
he's in South America. That he moved. That they smuggled him to South America.
He'd be dead by now.
He'd be dead by now for sure.
Yeah, but now he'd be dead. But supposedly they say they smuggled him to South America and they made clones of him.
Oh my god,
Hilarious.
Fucking imagine just the South American thing that he actually did get smuggled to South America. And, like he's alive somewhere, or he was alive somewhere.
Conspiracy theories are crazy.
What would they even do with clones of
crazy.
Hitler? It's not.
Clones of-
What is he even
right,
going to
Try
do?
to start the fucking Reich over again. the fucking Fourth Reich.
It's just him. It's just a million Hitlers.
A bunch of Spanish Hitlers. Not Spanish, but fucking, South America.
They were in Brazil
A
or
bunch
some
of
shit.
tan Hitlers.
Yeah,
like
a bunch
long
of
hair.
tan Hitlers.
They're all like super fit and just like surfing. Yeah, I'd probably kill myself too. But the only like those horror stories where like people try to kill themselves and like which I maybe not. It is a horror story actually because if you try to kill yourself and now you're like brain dead because you missed, but like they could have saved you.
Yeah.
And now you're just fucked. Now you're just fucked completely.
That's
And
horrible, man.
Of course, like your family and like your immediate family is gonna be like, well, no, we have to save him now. He tried to kill himself.
There's this
He's gonna be in a bed forever.
really bad show on Netflix called 13 Reasons Why. I don't know if y'all watched it. But one of the characters tried to like shoot himself in the head, and I think somebody knocked on the door, and he turned his head, and he fucked up. So anyways,
corny.
he lived through it, and then he had like a limp, and he had like brain damage for the rest of his life.
Fuck that,
Oh
bro.
my
I'll try to do it again.
God.
I'll just try to do it
They
again.
kept
Try to do it again.
bro, he
Get the job
tried to
done.
grab the gun.
This sucks worse than it did before.
He tried to grab somebody's gun in like the kitchen. They like took it away from him.
Oh my god,
I want to die.
son! Yeah, how
I
terrible.
just want to die.
No, you're not dying. Give me that gun.
Give me your gun, dude.
You're gonna live just like this forever. We're gonna
that
make
shit was
sure of it.
hilarious.
You got to live with your mistake, man.
Yeah, I would. That's how I do it.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I feel like suicide is just such a permanent solution to temporary problems.
For sure.
It could be.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if what's going through people's minds whenever they do it. They must feel like there's no other way out.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
the
yeah.
bottom of the bottom type
Dude,
feeling.
I actually I heard a story like on some Instagram live thing, and it was about. I wish I remembered his name, but it was about this like really famous dude who tried to kill himself off the Golden Gate Bridge and survived.
Oh my God, the
Yeah.
Victoria's Secret guy.
Victoria's Secret.
Yes.
I feel like it might not be the
No,
same
no, no,
guy.
no, no, no. Never mind.
was
He
it
actually
Victoria's
killed
Secret guy that
himself.
tried to kill himself?
No, he actually did kill himself.
Yeah.
actually,
That's a shame.
Never mind.
Tell that story real quick.
The Victoria's Secret guy.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
So the guy is trying to. How does it go into social network? I'm trying to remember.
All right.
He's like the guy goes into a department store. He's trying to buy clothes for his wife, but
trying to buy sexy clothes.
buy
for his
sexy
wife.
clothes for his wife. But he's like, I think he's having like a rough experience or a bad time.
Yeah.
So he comes up with the idea to start Victoria's Secret, and then it's not really doing that hot. It's not really doing that well. So he sells it to another company. He sells the whole company for I think like a couple million.
Yeah.
And then years later, it's worth
Billions.
a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And so he just gets really depressed about it, and he gets sad. Then he jumps off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, what a nerd, bro.
All
Come
for
What a nerd.
what did he say? All
He made millions off of the
all to buy his
deal.
wife some thigh highs.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Buy
come
his
on.
wife
Have a
some
little more
thighs.
strength than that. He sold the company. He still made some money. Like,
He still had some money, but it was
Yeah.
just like it was huge. It was
oh,
at the time he killed himself. It was already a big deal.
there's a lot of weird situations like that. There's like Bitcoin situations where people have like like CD or USBs. I mean, USBs with like a Bitcoin on it from a long time ago,
And
or
they
like
can't
a bunch
find
of
it?
Bitcoins. They can't find it.
So Omar, you were saying about the Golden Gate Bridge?
So
Oh, yeah.
okay, so this guy he was a younger dude. He was like in his, like late teens, early 20s or something. And so the guy is depressed, right?
Yeah.
He's depressed. I think his family kind of knows about it, but they don't know to this extent that he's like just like a sad dude. So the guy is on a bus going to the Golden Gate Bridge because he's planning on killing himself. And he talks about how like he leaves the house and like his dad's telling him like be safe, like have a good day, blah blah blah. And he's like, I was so close to telling him that like I was about to kill myself, but I didn't tell him. Shit's crazy, bro. How dark is that? Like you're leaving. Imagine the last like your final conversations with people that are close to you.
Yeah.
Before you decide to do that. So then the guy goes. He's on the bus. He's like crying his eyes out, is what he says. And he's like, the people on the bus are not, they're not like helping him. Like no one's trying to comfort him. No one's like, what's wrong with you? He says that like one person in the back kind of mimics him, and they're like,
Wah,
Yo,
wah, wah. Why you
oh,
fucking
little
crying,
baby,
you
I'm not
bitch?
gonna
you
lie.
little baby.
What What you expect? You expect somebody to console you on a fucking public bus?
That's it's the bus, man. Everybody's
It's a bunch of homeless people.
Everybody's trying to get to work, bro. They don't.
Bitch, they can't even afford the thought of killing themselves. So you want them to feel bad for you?
Motherfucker, I'm on my way to work. I'm on my way to a double right now. I'm not happy.
On my way to a double. You think I want to fucking?
I'm gonna get off with you and do it too. And so, I fucking love you, Gio. So then. So the guy's on the bus, no one's consoling him or anything. He gets off the bus. He's like that's what solidified like my thought of killing myself. That's where I was like, no one cares, right? Mm-hmm. Which is not what people should think. You shouldn't. No one does care, and that's okay. You know what I mean? There's too many of us, anyways.
Yeah.
So, well, it's not okay, but it is what it is.
That was true.
So the guy gets off the bus. He's like on the edge of the Golden Gate Bridge. He decides to do it like 100%, and he says the minute that he jumps off. Like he like backs up, runs, and jumps off. He's like the minute he jumped off, like the very second, he was like, I made a mistake. So he was like, he decided he didn't want to do that. And so like midair, he like tells in the interview that like he was thinking like, oh fuck, like God save me, please save me, like I don't want to die here. So he lands in the water, and he says it's like a suction thing that like vacuums you down like 70 feet. Yeah. So he went straight down into the water. He's like the impact from the water fucked his legs up. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to swim up to air. He's trying to swim up the water to the surface with like wet clothes on, so it's heavy as shit, and only his arms. Yeah. So the guy's like struggling to stay up. He eventually gets up somehow, like holds his breath and gets up, and he's like bobbing in and under the water. He's like, "Fuck, like this is it." Like, and he's like the willpower he had was like, I don't want to die here because no one will ever know that I didn't want to kill myself. Gee. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he's like, I have to survive because then everyone's gonna think like, shit, he wanted to kill himself the whole time and I didn't, and like I don't go out this way. Yeah. So. The guy is bobbing over the water and shit. I think he says he grabs. No. He's bobbing up in the water, and then he says like he starts feeling things like touching the bottom of his feet. And he thought they were sharks. Yeah. So he thinks they're sharks. And he's like, fuck. Like he's like laying on his back at this point. And he's like, this is it. Like I keep feeling. He's like the only reason he's not dead yet is because this thing keeps pushing him above the water because it's bumping into him from the bottom. And so he's like, fuck. Like any minute this shark is gonna grab me and like I'm done for. And so he says he's there for a little bit, and eventually he looks and sees it, and it turns out to be a fucking seal. It's a seal. Seal saved his life. And then I can't remember if he somehow made it to shore or like people saw he was doing this and they like went to go save him. But they, of course, if he didn't have that seal there, they wouldn't have had the time anyways to get down there. Wild. And he ends up getting saved. And he survives by a seal, yeah.
Outside of San Francisco, like...
Wow, man.
Seal or a sea lion, whichever ones inhabit that area.
Dude. I didn't even know they were over there.
They're there. They have like whole beaches where they love to hang out. It's like a tourist attraction.
I bet you, like, after that guy is super mentally tough. Like, after that, he's probably just like, I fucking jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge. I tried to kill myself. I'm alive. Bitch, I can do anything.
Bro, you're winning any argument in a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Every single one.
Yeah, but I survived jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge, so Seal saved me. Did Seal save you?
Yeah, and that's why I ain't doing the dishes.
And that's why I ain't doing the dishes.
That's why I ain't doing the motherfucking dishes.
Yeah, now he's like a motivational speaker and like against suicide and all that type of shit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like successful now. But it's crazy, bro. And he talks about how him and his dad went back a year later, like on the anniversary. Mm-hmm. And like his dad had to like force him to go back to like visit that place again. Yeah. And yeah, he said it was like a beautiful moment between like him and his dad.
I bet every drive over that bridge for him now is like, ooh.
Yeah,
like
right?
a little tense. Like,
right.
Very.
It's probably super tense. I wonder how it felt just like flying down that fast. Just, whoosh, you know what I mean? Just
fucking
like
terrifying. God. That was probably the longest like 10 seconds of his life.
Hell right there. Especially because you didn't jump with any intention, You're just like, oh, like fucking floating around.
Yeah, you're not doing a dive. You're just fucking wobbling around, landing all weird.
Oh my God, that's got to be a crazy feeling. Landing in the water and getting sucked deep down in there like that.
Bro. So do you guys think like people with like that with depression, do you think that we all have depression inherently, like, and we're on a scale, or do you think like some people just have depression as like a disease and others don't have it?
I think it's go ahead, Omar.
No, you go ahead.
I was about to say I think it's a scale, but some people's scale is a lot. There's more range to it than most people have. So the people that are like truly depressed, like they have lower pits than everybody else.
Their lows are lower.
Yeah, their lows are super low.
Yeah,
and the highs aren't high enough.
Interesting.
It's a good way to think about it.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like depression is kind of like it's like clinically proven, isn't it? Like a literal chemical imbalance in your head. Like people with like clinical depression, like real depression.
I think so.
I feel like depression is thrown around a bit too much in this day and age because, especially with social media and like all this virtual shit. But even before the pandemic, it's always been virtual. Like since phones came out, and we've been growing up. Like I feel like people just feel alone. I feel like stuff like that.
Exactly, and I feel like it's popular to be depressed for some reason on social media, or like popular to make fun of being depressed. It's definitely good to like have a sense of humor about everything, right? But like, if you really look at what we're joking about being like depressed, and like a lot of people joke about being like broke and shit like that. I'm like, that's not funny. Like to me, it's like I want to get out of the situation personally. Like people are like, oh, me having 32 cents in my bank account. I'm like, what's funny about that? Like
that's not funny because those people really don't have 32 cents in their bank account.
Yeah.
If you really did, you wouldn't say that shit.
Yeah, same thing with depression. If you really had like real depression, like you're genuinely sad, you're not gonna get on social media talking about like, I cried my eyes out today.
Okay,
blah, blah, blah.
You wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Do
Don't be silly about it like it's quirky or
That's
something.
true. I feel like the people who actually have depression, if they do get online, they post some like sad shit. Like,
like, or
like,
nothing. Or they post like normal things.
Or some wild shit.
Because they don't want anyone to know.
Like, they could post some wild shit to put out that image of themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I feel like,
for the most part, if you really, I don't know. I'm not going to speak for like all depressed people across every nation in the world. Yeah. But I'm just saying like, for social media, you could put out a certain image about yourself, and the last thing you would want to do is put out an image of a depressed person when you're really depressed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
so say if
you want people knowing about you.
Someone you know on social media, say you don't really know them in real life, or say maybe you've met them once in real life, but you're not close friends, or maybe someone you went to high school with. They post something that's pretty sad, not like alarmingly sad, but like pretty sad, like about like what their mind state or something. Would you respond and be like, "Hey, are you all right?" Or do you feel like it's not your place to get involved in their journey?
I check on them.
Yeah,
I've done that before, like a few times.
I do that I try to do that for everybody, even if I don't really like know you that well. Because I mean, you're just another person they could talk to.
Yeah. I mean, some girl I follow on Instagram, she put up like a post that like her aunt died or something like that. She looked like she was very close to her aunt, and I gave her my condolences. And I don't know her at all. But it just feels like the right thing to do. You know?
Yes.
Anything counts, man.
Yeah. I mean, like, we were laughing at it because it is a little bit funny, but like the whole Golden Gate thing, how no one tried to talk to the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just joking. We shouldn't be like that. That's too like distant.
I'm
like,
just saying, if you're crying on the bus,
on the bus,
what do you expect?
Yeah, that's different.
But
that's different.
That's interesting. It brings up, man, I forgot what this like phenomenon is called, but apparently, like, say if someone gets attacked in public, apparently the more people that are around who witness the attack,
the less people will respond.
Yes, the less people will respond because they're like, oh, someone else got it.
Yeah.
Oh, someone else is calling the cops.
That's for sure.
And that's kind of scary to think about. Like, what if a woman's getting raped or robbed, or like a guy's getting stabbed or something like that, right? And people are just like, oh shit, you guys see that? Someone calling the cops? No one's gonna like
pull out your phone and just start recording.
Yeah.
But then again, like, should we go up and stop it? You know what I mean? Like,
depends on the situation.
It could be dangerous to get involved. Like, I don't know.
I think that's a big factor. Like for me, like if somebody's getting robbed in front of me, bro, I'm turning around. Yeah. I'm going the other way.
They're gonna rob me too.
I'm about to say I'm right behind them. I'm next in line.
I'm right behind them.
So it's like
I'm next in line.
Yeah, you got got, bro. Sorry, bro.
You got got.
You got got.
So my job as Jordan is to protect Jordan. So I'm gonna get the fuck out of there and let you get robbed.
But you'd call the cops though, right?
I'm not a call the cops type of guy. But
if I see someone getting robbed,
even if you see someone getting robbed at gunpoint,
I call the cops. Yeah.
Okay, I call the cops.
And there's no doubt, like you see the guy.
It's not like the cops gonna come there and save him. He's gonna get robbed quick enough.
I'm not waiting for the cops.
Yeah, I'm not waiting for him. I'm just saying,
waiting.
Hey,
but
I saw him robbed. He went here. He went this way. That's it. And
I'll try to help.
Yeah,
I'll call Spider-Man or some shit.
I would go.
Spider-Man. I can't. The cops aren't going to be there quick enough.
All right, so what I would do personally is like wait for the robbery, like wait for it to happen, wait for the guy to run off, whatever. Then I'd call the cops, and then I'd go up to the person and be like, "Hey, are you all right? Like I just saw what happened. Like, that shit's fucked up. You want to come home with me?"
I know you're a little fragile right now. Do you need somebody stable around you?
I know you're a little fragile right now. Do you need someone to come home with you? I know your purse just got snatched, but do you want to come home with me?
I can't. Let me come for you. Come to my house.
Yeah, no, that's horrible.
I've seen like videos of like social experiments or whatever. Well, they'll do that, and like they have a dude like open his trunk, and he's like grabbing a girl and like putting her in the trunk, and she's like screaming and blah blah blah. And like half the people don't do anything. Some of them do, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Some of them, like, there was one dude. There was two people actually, two dudes with their girlfriends, and they tapped the girlfriend. They're like, no, like we're not, like gesture like, no, we're not doing that. And they turned around and just walked the other way. Yeah, and I was like, no, with your girlfriend.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
That's fucked up.
You're getting yelled at when you go home.
Yeah, I see in a situation like that, I just like shout. I'd be like far away and like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Yeah. Fuck you doing?
Fucking stop. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, dude. All right, so that brings up a good point. So for people who don't know, there's a game out there called The Last of Us, and in the first part of the game, because there's 2 parts. There's The Last of Us Part 2 and The Last of Us Part 1. And Part 1, at the beginning of the game, basically the game has to do with like I guess you could call it sort of like a zombie apocalypse. I'd call it
like a sick, like a disease. I
yeah,
think.
it's like a disease, and it turns people like into these rabid creatures who like eat each other and fucking attack each other, and they're aggressive, right? And the first part, Last of Us Part 1, at the very beginning of the game, you get to see this outbreak and how it's happening. And this guy named Joel, the main character, he's hanging out with his daughter, and he takes his daughter with him, and his brother like picks them up, and they all go together in a truck, and they're driving out of the city, right? And they're going to another city or to like another location to get away because there's like fires and like shit's already going crazy.
Yeah.
Because this information's hit the news, people are infected near them, and they're driving, right, along this dark road, and you see like fire in the background. You're like playing as the little girl, and like the adults are driving, like Joel and his brother, right?
Yeah.
And then Joel's brother's the one driving the car, and he's driving up, and he sees this guy come up, and he's like, Joel, there's a guy coming. And the guy's like saying, help, we need help. There's me and my daughter. And then like, you don't see the guy's daughter, but the guy's just saying like, we need help. And then Joel's like, don't stop. And then Tommy, Joel's brother, is like, what do you mean don't stop? The guy's right here. He needs help.
Yeah.
And then Tommy starts slowing down, and then Joel's like, don't stop. Speed up. And then like, it made me think a lot about like, what would you do? You know, like I honestly would do exactly what Joel did.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I'd keep going.
I don't know who to trust at that point in time. And I mean, we should definitely look out for each other, but dude, like I got to look out for me and mines at that point in time. You know what I mean? Like, what about you guys? What do you think about that?
To that extent, a zombie outbreak?
Oh, it's me.
Boy, it's just me. Yeah.
Not even your kid.
No, my kid too. The zombies chase me. I throw the kid at him. Distraction. And just yeah, it's just me and like my immediate family. Like no one. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if you're banging on my door and you're like, they're out here right now, please. No.
And then in every single zombie movie, that person that does that is always a bad person.
Always.
They're always
they always end up fucking them over somehow. Like they let them in and now they heard the noise. Yeah. And like now they're coming to the apartment or some shit.
It's another liability, man.
It's another liability. That's a great
another
point.
fucking liability.
And that's the last thing you need in that moment. It's a liability.
Yeah.
You need nothing but stable shit going on around you. That
absolutely.
shit that you can control.
That's a good point you bring up, baby. What would you guys do? Zombie apocalypse, right? Like tomorrow. Tomorrow they're like people that are like close to dying from COVID, they're turning into animals, like it's getting bad, blah blah blah. What are you doing? Where are you going? Like what are you gonna try to stock up on? Are you just staying in your house? What's going on?
That's a good question. What am I realistically doing?
What are you realistically doing?
Okay, so I kind of have it in mind. You got me mind if I go first, Gio?
No, go ahead. I'm trying to think.
All right, so first thing I would do if it comes out literally tomorrow that people are becoming rabid and that like there have already been reports of people like on the street attacking each other. First thing the government's going to try and do is calm us down. First thing I would do is I would buy a bunch of shit from Costco. I'd go to Academy. I'd get a bunch of fucking ammo and whatnot. So I'd have a bunch of food, a bunch of ammo from Academy, a bunch of food from Costco, whatever. Shout out. They could be our sponsors in the future.
Hey.
And then,
zombie apocalypse.
Right? For the zombie apocalypse. And then I would go to my parents' house. I'd pick them up. And then I would go to my girlfriend's house. I'd pick up her and her parents. And then I would go and pick up my grandma. And then we'd go. And we would just travel out somewhere to like somewhere remote. Like somewhere very, very remote. Like I would say try and do like a farm type deal, like the Day of the Walking Dead. Probably try and go out either like a farm or I would try to get to like an island.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because if you get into an island,
you're good.
You're good. The only ones that can attack you are the ones there. And if you kill all them off, no one else can come in. You don't think zombies are going to swim thousands of miles across the water? Fuck no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad one. Or imagine being on a cruise ship and that happens. And like,
Jesus, dude,
they'll never get up there if you never let the bridge down.
I feel like cruises are just like,
it's bad shit waiting.
I just feel like they're bad, bro. It's like I always hear bad shit about cruises. They're probably really fun, but I always hear like a septic tank burst, or I always hear like fucking people are stuck in the water, or like I always hear all this bad shit about cruises.
Fuck that, yeah.
I hate cruises. I don't see anything good about cruises.
Yeah,
like nothing about a cruise is like, oh, you should do it.
I mean, it's
in
cool
the middle of the fucking ocean.
It's a cool idea, but
it's cool in the sense that like you can get on one and it takes you somewhere else, and you go there, you hang out for a few days, and you get back on the cruise and it takes you back.
I would just fly.
Yeah, there's stuff.
I'd rather just fly.
Really? I mean, I think I wouldn't mind in that aspect, but like a cruise that just goes on the water for like 2 weeks, goes somewhere for like a day and then comes back. I don't know. If
I feel you. I get what you're saying though, because they, in essence, they sound like pretty fun.
Yeah,
like you just
hanging on the boat.
You just on the boat. You get to sleep there. You get food. You get alcohol.
Yeah,
you get all
man.
that shit. You can go in the pool.
I
You
heard
go dance.
every day feels like a Friday on a cruise. Think about it. There's like unlimited beer, food, fucking. You know what I mean?
You have
like,
to drink a lot of alcohol though to make like the money add up. I remember talking about that with somebody.
to make the money that you spent.
Yeah, like because the alcohol, you can get like an all-inclusive package for the alcohol, and it's like hella drinks a day to make it sound right. You know, if that makes any sense.
Need 40 Jack and Cokes.
Yeah, for
to
real.
break even.
A day.
That's
a
why
day
you
to break even.
You're on a cruise with the bros. Bring everybody with you.
Shit.
True. Yeah. Yeah, cruises. I agree with you, Gio. I'd rather just fly right there.
Yeah.
And just hang out there like the entire amount of time instead of just like going there, hanging out for 1 day, 2 days, and then being on the cruise ship again for like another 4. Fuck that.
I think cruises appeal a lot to older people and people with families.
Yeah. Especially with kids and shit because it's easy.
Yeah. And there's a lot of shit for everybody to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you guys haven't heard, there's a cruise called Holy Ship. And it's like a rave cruise. So every day is like a fucking like they play like like EDM and rave music and there's fucking like girls and there's people are doing Molly and shit like that.
I would do that.
And like the workers are getting fucked up and like I heard it's really crazy and really fun.
That sounds like a fun time. Smuggling drugs on
nothing
the
but
cruise ship.
fucking herpes and syphilis in the boat
in the middle of the water.
Oh my god.
That sounds great. That
Do you
sounds like a
guys
great
think
time.
that like, all right, so out in the ocean, right? It's like international law. Like there's cameras and shit, right? But there's no way they cover every inch of the boat.
No.
Do you think people have went out there before and like accidentally lost, quote unquote, their spouse?
Yes.
You know what I
feel
mean?
like it,
Or like,
yeah.
oh, my wife flew overboard. Oh my god.
I'm gonna say or try to like with a little soft push.
She's like, honey, what was that? He's like, oh my god, the boat just rocked. even though it's a giant fucking machine.
But I caught you.
We were
I
just
caught
looking
you,
over the
babe.
ledge. We were just looking at the water. That's all. And she fell. I don't know how it happened.
Dude, that's funny. All right, so I saw a TV show. Oh man, I forgot the fucking name. If I remember it, I'll tell you guys. But basically, it has to do with it was like a series of vignettes, like short films.
Okay.
And this guy starts like seeing this woman, and he's not really sure if he likes her. And he just keeps going through with it, right? Like he's like keeps going on the dates, and eventually they get to the point where like they get engaged. Because they've been going out for so long, but he still like doesn't like her. Like she pisses him off, but he doesn't tell her that she pisses him off.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, let's do this. So they're on a hike one day, and like they're going out like on a mountain, and she stands like on a ledge. She's like, wow, can you look at this view? And he pushes her, right?
Oh shit.
He pushes her off, but then like the funny thing is like she falls down. He thinks it's much deeper than it is. It's only like 20, 30 feet. So she fucking lives. And she gets up. She's like, did you fucking push me? She's like, did you fucking push me, you piece of shit? And he was like, no, oh my God, honey, I'm climbing down right now. Are you okay? And she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you motherfucker?
Now you gotta
did
go
you
back.
push me?
You gotta go home pissed. Just
Bro, that's a quiet car ride home.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they stay together after that.
Nah, there's no fucking
I would
way.
imagine not.
There's no way of getting out of that shit.
Yeah, that guy's trying to kill me.
Man, imagine being the point of view of the girl. Like, did you fucking push me?
Did you just fucking push me?
Oh my god, like a failed murder attempt.
You're just fucking tumbling down the hill.
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's a funny story. It was supposed to be comedic.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
Yeah, it had
comedic,
to
man.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing, man. I feel like a cruise ship would be a great place to kill someone.
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and just pretend like I didn't even know. Well, I mean, I guess maybe they just have cameras like strategically placed to where they can see, like they can't see everything, but they can see all the paths that you would need to take to
Or
get
at least
to places.
at least
like that.
workers are looking. They're looking everywhere.
Yeah.
Or just walking around or something like that. I don't know.
Because you got to imagine people probably would think about doing that often.
And I don't think you can just walk around the boat like at night. Can you?
I don't know.
Like, is there like a curfew or a bedtime?
Maybe if you're an adult,
That's true.
you know, because
I
there's like
feel
bars
there's
and things.
probably no curfew.
Mm.
Well,
Straight into the mic.
I'd
Well-
imagine they have different color wristbands or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you're like an adult and you can be out at this time.
like purple wristbands can walk around, but the green ones can't.
Yeah.
Go home.
Go home.
Go home if
you
you're
fucking
green.
child.
You're under 18.
Swim
Get outta
back.
here. You can't kill your girlfriend here.
You can't
Only
throw your
the
girlfriend
adults.
here, buddy. You can only
Only
the adults.
adults.
Only the saddened adults can kill their girlfriends and wives here.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
Oh man.
How would you? Okay, how would y'all kill someone? No, never mind.
Yeah, that's
y'all about to
not-
say-
Yeah, 'cause
that's a little
there's
too incriminating.
too many variables too. I don't even know. I don't even know how to set up a hypothetical in that way.
Just say it's dark. It's a little windy.
You say it was a little windy.
It's a little windy, a little
Sneezed.
shifty.
She sneezed and she slipped and she fell and hit her head.
Oh my gosh, son! Imagine like the. Oh my gosh, and like imagine they live and they're just like following the boat.
That's true.
I would imagine the boats go kind of slow, right?
High key, when
How
you
fast
said
do they
that,
That's a good
I remember
question.
there are a bunch of like different type of cruises, like for different groups of people and shit like that.
Yeah, there are because like I said, like the Raving Cruise that caters to a specific group.
Because I know there's a singles cruise for like people in their 40s or 50s, and
Yeah.
there's like a
Little gay cruise.
little gay cruise.
A gay
man,
cruise.
There has to
dope.
be.
If there's like a singles cruise for people our age, I would do that.
for like people in their 20s.
Yeah,
Dude, there probably is. To be honest with you,
I
There's
would.
got
do
to
that.
be.
There's
There's
got to be. That's
Yeah.
too much money they're
You'd
missing.
go?
on. I would go.
damn, you
I
probably
could
come
just-
back with an STD.
That's cool.
Gotta wrap up.
It was worth it.
It was worth it.
It was worth
it. It was a great 5 days.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
And everybody got them shits. I'm tired of people talking like.
STDs?
Yeah.
A lot of people got
Statistically,
STDs.
a lot of
Absolutely.
people apparently have STDs.
A lot of people, bro.
Bro, 1 in
Yeah.
like 5 people have herpes.
Bro, if you went to college, fam, you were in a classroom with at least 5 or 10 people that had it.
Yeah, you gotta be. Yeah,
had to be.
But it's just that situation where like it's just
Statistically, it worked out that way.
yeah. That's what they say. Yeah.
You know, like speaking of sex again, do you guys know who Isaac Newton is?
Yeah.
So they say that he never
Nerd.
He's a fucking nerd. So they say that he never had sex. The guy who invented
Whoa.
calculus. They say supposedly he never had sex and he died a virgin.
Yeah.
What a loser.
What
But then
a
there's
lame-
rumors that he fucked his cousin.
Oh,
Ew.
Isaac, what are you doing?
But I'd rather he fucked his cousin than didn't have sex.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah.
Bro, a scholar like that, he didn't get
Yeah.
no pussy.
Well, he didn't want the pussy.
He was scared. He just felt
I don't know. I
uncomfortable.
think-
He was probably
I
too
think-
caught up in his word.
Yeah, I think it was that, and I think it was the uncomfortable thing. I think he just didn't know how to like speak to women like that.
Mm.
oh man.
But imagine
Yeah,
that.
a guy like that, he's not caught up in, pussy. He's like, yo, these
Caught
apples.
up in the numbers.
Yo, these apples, they fall.
These apples
Why
is
is
These
falling.
apples, they falling on my head. This shit gravity.
This shit gravity.
Wait a minute.
You
yeah,
think I want some ass?
They had
I'm
to
trying to
have-
figure out this equation.
Gross. I'm trying to figure out this equation. Come
Bro,
on.
get that away. Yeah, that has to be weird, bro. Being like a guy who's uncomfortable and like not very confident back in the day during
Yeah.
those times. What do? I can't just message someone virtually. Like I gotta go
Bro.
talk to these people.
That's why that shit was terrible back then.
Yeah, the sad people or like
Yeah.
the I don't know, ugly people or something.
What do you guys think it feels like to be a virgin nowadays? Like imagine being a guy who's in his mid-20s and still has never had sex.
Well, is it like by choice or they just haven't had a chance?
let's say it's a combination of both. Let's say the guy has been picky, and also let's say like when he has wanted to have sex with the girls, they don't want to have sex with him.
Damn, that's a trash life.
That is a trash life.
I mean, the picky part is like, okay, I feel him.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you just haven't had the chance to with the girls that you want, you gotta lower them standards, boy.
You know what's funny? Man? Sometimes like the people who are the most desperate are the people who are the most picky.
It's
That's
true.
very
You
true.
know what I mean?
It's true. I know a guy
Because-
like that.
Because they hit that one moment where they're like, damn, I really need it right now.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, they going Spice Lane. Or
Yeah.
Going for someone way out of their league.
Yeah.
Like only people
With
that
a-
are out of their league.
with a hooker stay.
You're just asking for rejection.
So what do you think? Do you think you should shoot for someone? All right. So rate yourselves objectively right now. What as objectively as you can on a
I'm at-
scale of 1 to 10? What are you?
I'm like an 8.
I'm like a
Maybe 7.5.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like in this room we're all 8s.
okay. I'll take that. I was gonna say like a 7.2, something like that.
I feel like we're all 8s in this.
I'm
room.
like a 7.5 to an 8.
Okay.
I'm gonna round it up and say we're all 8s in this
We're all
room.
eights.
So,
We're all the 8s.
I feel like we're all 8s in this room, right? So we're decent looking guys, just so everybody knows.
a couple
here.
of handsome young
A
lads.
couple of handsome, strapping young men. All right, that was besides the point. But, do you think you should shoot for like a certain amount lower or higher than your range? Like, should you shoot for 10s, or what do you feel like? Obviously, shoot for what you want to shoot for, right?
Yeah.
But what realistically do you think that like not yourselves, but like other guys who are 8s or like guys who are 5s? What do you think they should shoot for?
I guess it all
Realistically,
depends on the
not
person.
like say if they want to go for a 10, hey, more power to you, do it. And if she doesn't want you, she doesn't want you, right? But like,
I'm gonna say this: some people that are 5s, they have like, I don't know how to sum it up, but it's like some people just have like that aura about them. Like they have a different thing about them to attract people.
Charisma
Like-
and money.
Like not even money, but like just the way like when they walk in the room, like people are looking, shit like that. Because I've seen 5s, I've seen 2s pull 10s. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I was like, and I go talk to the 10. I'm like, yo, how the fuck did that happen? They're like, oh, well, they were just really funny, or they caught me at a certain time, and like shit like that. So,
do you think it works the other way around too? Because I feel like, all right, so with women, I feel like they perceive love a lot through like what they hear, right? Like what they hear from you.
well, my situation, the 10 was a guy.
Oh, the girl was a
10
2.
was a guy, and the girl was a 2.
Wow.
Interesting.
That is
That
interesting.
was wild.
That turns my theory upside down.
I guess
And the homie was a 10. I'm standing by that. He was
The
a 10.
homie was a
The
10,
homie
and
was a
Jordan
10.
says that in the
What a
most
guy.
heterosexual way possible.
The homie was a
what
10.
guy. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it all. Yeah, like Joe said, it all depends on that like
situation.
confidence level. Yeah, the situation and like how like open the other person is
Yeah.
to like your personality. You know, like you could go for a 10 that's not into your personality. You can go for another 10 that's like real into your personality.
Yeah.
I guess it just all depends on the person.
So what do you guys think makes someone a 10? Guy and girl.
Well, looks.
All right, we'll start with guy and start with guy. We'll start with the gay one and then we'll go to the straight one.
Gay one.
And then straighten up at the end.
What makes a guy a 10? Or
I
like
mean-
give me either celebrity guy or Instagram or whatever. Who you think is a 10?
Like strictly cosmetic? Because I can't throw a personality too far.
Yeah, because I don't know.
All right, let's do strictly cosmetic.
A
Michael B.
10?
Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan's a 10.
He's a very handsome guy.
He's a very, very handsome guy.
Got white teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great
he does.
hair.
I think Brad Pitt is a 10.
Yeah.
I think he used to be.
Dude, he's timelessly handsome.
That man looks terrible to me.
No, he does. Yeah, when they were doing that table reading with Shia LaBeouf and all of them for
They look like a bunch of burnt oranges.
Freaks
I
and
mean, he's
Geeks or
like
whatever.
60, bro.
I know, and that's not his fault. That's why I said when he was
Yeah.
younger, he was a
Yeah.
10.
he's still handsome though.
Yeah, he's
He
still
was
very
handsome in that
For
table
his
reading.
age, he's probably extremely
and
handsome.
the funny
compared to
thing
a lot of
is,
other guys.
girls
Pushing
agree
the hair
with most
behind
girls
his ear?
agree with y'all.
Exactly.
I'm like on the other side of the spectrum. I don't think it's that.
All right, so what is a 10 for a girl? What, like, celebrity and, like, describe what you would... Also, like, give me, like, the description of the 10, like, cosmetically.
I mean,
Everybody
That's
has
a
their own,
toughie.
like, specific things, you know what I mean? Some people like smaller breasts, thin waist, big butt. Like, some people like different things.
you know who I think is very, very attractive?
Who?
Something Pugh. I forgot her first name. The chick from Midsummer. I think the chick from Midsummer
Oh,
is
the main,
super attractive.
the main
Yeah.
actress
Yeah.
from Midsummer.
Built
very
just
pretty.
right, super pretty. And she wasn't even looking good in the
That's what I was gonna
movie
say. I
because she wasn't even
gonna say,
trying.
Omar. I couldn't. I wasn't paying attention to that in the movie because
about to
she
say
was
no.
just going through so many horrible
Yeah,
things.
she had like sweatpants on and a t-shirt.
I
I
was in
Googled her.
in the beginning, she looked very good though.
Meanwhile,
She's
Omar's just like,
attractive.
"Wow, she's so pretty," but she's getting fucking tortured throughout the entire
Whole
she had
movie.
the fucking flowers on her. She's like, oh my god,
She's
so
crying, and I'm
beautiful.
just wow.
Right?
No, the whole time I was looking at that ass, dude. She's I'm
she's
just
very
joking.
pretty.
but she is a super pretty girl. I
But
think
that's
she's
not a
very pretty.
10. A 10 is like a Meg or like a Georgia
Ooh.
Smith or something.
But
like
Meg's
that.
face could be slightly better.
Georgia Smith is a
Slightly
10.
better. Georgia Smith.
Georgia
is
Smith is a
very
10.
hot.
Why is she a 10?
Bro, pretty as fuck. Got great teeth. Jawline sharp as hell. She got pretty nice teeth. She got a good body. She's built like a normal, not like a normal person, but
Built
she's
natural.
built like an actual person.
Yeah.
Like she has like a little bit of a stomach.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say, what do you mean by that? Describe
She
to
got
the people.
hips. She got thighs, and the ass matches. It's real, and it's nice. And then also, homegirl from Euphoria, the white girl.
Oh,
The,
Sydney.
transsexual, the transsexual one.
No, not the transsexual one.
You talking about Jules?
Jules, that's
They,
the one.
they
that's
don't
the one you
identify on this scale.
Sydney Sweeney. But
Sydney
Sydney
Sweeney,
Sweeney's same thing. Her face.
Nah, her face is
What?
amazing.
Oh, trust me, she's miles high, like finer than I am. But like, when we're talking about a perfect 10,
That's a 10.
but those titties are 10.
Them titties don't.
I don't know. I
Those
feel like,
titties
I feel
are
like you guys
fives
are
and
being
fives.
blinded by the titties. I
Maybe.
feel like
I
she's
could be.
not- I
Maybe.
feel like she's
I'll
not
give
a
it up.
10.
Damn, she is.
But
hot, though.
I'm standing by Georgia. Georgia Smith is a 10.
I'm standing by.
Interesting.
Whatever. I think her name is Lauren Pugh or something like that. And you know who else I think is really hot? The chick from the Queen's Gambit, that new actress.
Dude, she is so beautiful.
she's
man.
really
The fucking-
pretty.
But she don't
Yeah.
got no like body. Or
She's got a little bit. She just doesn't show it.
You're very mistaken. Yeah, she does. Obviously, I mean, she was.
Oh yeah, she's homegirl from
She was in The
Split.
Witch.
She was in Split.
She
And
was
in
in
The
The
Yeah,
Witch,
she
but she
was
was
in
a
The
little
Witch.
kid when she was in The Witch.
She was
she
in
was like
Split.
16, 17.
She was in Split.
That's why I remember her.
You know, so it's
Yeah.
different now. She's a grown woman now. She's in the show called The Queen's Gambit, and like she looks honestly
pretty good.
great. She
Yeah,
looks
she's
great, and
pretty
she's
good.
an interesting character, and she's a great actress. She's a fairly fantastic actress. She's a 10.
Do y'all think
I say
y'all
she's a 10.
personally know any 10s? I have. One,
I think so.
but I would not say her name
Oh, I do. Yeah,
And
I do, but I don't want to say.
Yeah,
I
it.
know who we're all thinking of. Ends with a Y. Oh no,
No, I don't
Nah.
even know who you're talking about.
ends with a EY.
Nah.
No, I don't.
Mine's.
You know who I'm talking about.
You said EY.
Ends with a EY.
Nah.
First name.
Nah.
You know who I'm
That's
talking
what
about though?
That's what I'm talking. The one I'm talking about is L.A.
Last letters.
Last two letters.
People aren't gonna know what you guys are talking about.
It's fine though. It's
Yeah,
whatever.
we can just move
Anyways,
on to that.
but I was just saying that to say like, how often do you really run across a 10? Like,
It's
like
unlikely.
really? And do you put personality in that rating?
Yeah, personally, I do. Right, like I don't do everything based off the cosmetic shit, right? Because then you're gonna be stuck with someone who might be incredibly hot and extremely boring, or incredibly ugly and extremely interesting. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So like you have to factor in personality. Like Omar said earlier, sense of humor. That's like a big thing. Like if you're dating a girl and she just has like a shit sense of humor, like things I don't think will work if you're someone who uses humor a lot to cope
just-
with things and to
yeah.
live your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Like
agree.
You need somebody that relates to you.
Exactly. Like if you're a goofy person and you don't take a lot of shit seriously, you should probably date someone like that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But that being said, sometimes opposites attract.
That is
It's also true. Yeah. Guess
And
it
I
just-
think that for the most part, you need that in like the more important categories of another person. Like
do
you
you
need
mean?
somebody that's the opposite of you in that situation. Like, I don't know.
depends on the person though.
Omar
Like,
needs somebody that's on time.
Oh yeah, Omar needs someone that's on
Omar
time.
needs somebody that's on time everywhere they
I was
go.
almost on time today.
Close.
I was real
But like
close.
a little bit early, you know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
it kind of helps you straighten out those character. I don't want to say character flaws, but like those character things you have.
No, they're
Yeah.
flaws.
They are flaws. Yeah, they are flaws.
But no, I see what you're saying, Gio. Like, yeah, it's all about balance. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a balance
for sure. But it's like with the funny things. Like some people they want a girl who's not that funny and they want to make them laugh. Or like some people they're
Yeah.
funny and they want another funny person to make them
Yeah.
laugh. Some people they know they're not funny, they want a funny person. I guess it just all depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your opinion on like a girl like taking care of you, like a girl like cooking for you and like making meals for you and like cleaning up around the house and like doing her womanly duty. No, I'm just joking.
Which she was born to do. I mean, that sounds awesome.
We're just joking, ladies.
That was awesome.
That sounds awesome. To be honest.
Don't cancel us, ladies. We support all equal rights
Yeah.
for women. We yada yada yada.
And I'll pay for everything if you do that.
Oh yeah, I'll pay for everything.
I'll pay for-
But
I'll take
I don't,
care of you.
I don't need that. Like I don't.
She
I
can
don't
end up
need
fucking
that.
the gardener.
If she does it and she's like really good at all that shit, I'm gonna make her do it then.
Yeah.
Because she's better than me at it. So why would I do it?
I like that mindset, Gio. I feel you. Like I don't need that. Like I can take care of myself, but if you want to do some things for me,
That's
be nice.
cool.
That's
I'm
cool.
If you want to
fine
make
with
me
it.
some soup when I'm sick, or if you want to,
Wash my clothes or something.
yeah, that'd
Wash
be
my
awesome.
clothes.
So it's appreciated.
Very much. And wash and fold. Women do it right.
Women do it
I
right.
just
Women
throw
do it right.
everything mixed colors into the fucking washer.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
I fucking
insane. Oh,
dump a
shit.
bunch of fucking detergent in there and then grab it, put it in the fucking dryer, and then pull it out.
hope for the best.
Hope for
Yeah,
the
and hope
best.
nothing tainted the other fucking color.
That's crazy.
You actually mix the colors?
Yeah, except for white. That white's
Oh, okay,
the-
that's what I was about to say.
that's the
I thought you
major
meant you
one.
throw whites and everything in there
Nah,
together. I was
nah,
like,
yeah,
you're a
white's-
maniac.
White clothes.
Yeah,
though.
white's the only one I don't fucking
Okay.
mix.
If people do that with their colors? They separate their colors?
I think so.
Psychopath.
I don't know.
I just do
What's the
blacks and
proper
whites.
way to do laundry?
Racist.
That's
I
why
do
we-
like light and dark.
That's why we need another woman on here.
that knows how to do laundry.
What's the proper way to do laundry, ladies?
I don't
That's
know.
hilarious.
Call us in. Phone us in.
Phone us
We need to start taking live calls.
That's
into the podcast.
hilarious.
That'd be pretty funny, actually, if we did that.
Start taking live calls.
Start taking live fucking
From
calls.
from women who know how to do laundry properly.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I don't know. That's the whole 10 thing was interesting.
Yeah.
With a guy,
Absolutely.
who's your 10 for a guy? Aside from Brad Pitt, you said Brad Pitt. You said
Brad
Michael
Pitt
B.
is
Jordan.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt is incredibly handsome. Who else would I consider a 10 for a guy? Oh man, that's difficult. If I have to really think about it.
Damn, that's very tough.
It's very tough
Because I know that one. Had that one off the top of my head
for a girl.
for both.
Oh, you had Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Just ready to go.
Yeah, I don't know,
Lots
man.
of love.
I'd say Frank.
Frank Ocean? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Frank Ocean's
Frank
a very,
is-
very handsome
Frank
guy.
Ocean's a 10.
I just forgot
He's
about him
very
because he's so
handsome guy.
low key.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Frank Ocean's a very handsome man.
That's a pretty guy.
Yeah.
He's a pretty guy.
That's
Gio
pretty
thinks
guy.
Gio thinks he's real pretty, eh?
Yeah, I think he's a real pretty son of a bitch.
If I had him in this room with me,
Oh boy. He see a tornado in this room. Ah, got it.
That's hilarious, man.
That one hit.
yeah. But
Yeah, that's a good note to end on, guys.
That one Frank Ocean.
how far did
Yeah.
we get?
And I'm loving Frank Ocean, man. All right, we can go ahead and call it a night.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's
yeah.
fine with me. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.